Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that is happening on Thursday, August 17, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Cleveland Browns vs Philadelphia Eagles. Take the Browns +4, and here is why. After beating the Jets in the Hall of Fame game, Cleveland lost to Washington by just 2 points last Friday. They went with 11 more passing plays than rushes in their preseason game. Deshaun Watson saw his first game action, going 3 for 3 for 12 yards, while also rushing 3 times for 20 yards. It can be expected that the Browns starting QB will play a little bit more in this game. Demetric Felton Jr. has received the bulk of the carries out of the backfield, logging 77 yards on 15 carries in 2 games. Starting RB Nick Chubb has yet to make an appearance in a game this preseason. The Browns' defense has given up just 16.5 points per game in the preseason. They've picked up 3 sacks and 3 interceptions. Ronnie Hickman Jr. was responsible for 2 of those picks in their last game. The rookie safety is looking to pull his name up the depth chart but still has a couple of bodies in front of him, currently. Myles Garrett, second in the league with 16 sacks a year ago, has yet to take an in-game snap but should be a part of the first team this week. Cleveland will be looking to shore up their rushing defense this season after allowing 2,295 yards and 22 touchdowns on the ground last season. The addition of Dalvin Tomlinson to the offensive line is a step towards fixing that. This should be a fun game to keep an eye on, especially early with Hurts and Watson expected to get the snaps for their respective sides for at least the first series or so. Watson looked excellent in his brief playing time last week, flashing his arm and legs. However, Hurts has yet to see game action, so expect him to be a little less impactful than Watson here. That Eagles linebacking core is seeking an identity, and that could be an issue early. The Browns, with that extra game under their belt, are simply primed to do better in this game. Their backups have seen substantial time at this point and are rearing to show off once more. Cleveland kept it close enough last year to beat this number, and I think they do better this time around. Take the Browns. For our total pick, take under 37.5, and here is why. Philadelphia was nipped by a point in their first preseason game against Baltimore last week. Jalen Hurts did not see time in the team's first preseason game, but should be available for a few early plays on Thursday. Tanner McKee got the bulk of the snaps against Baltimore, going 10 for 20 for 148 yards. Marcus Mariota was 7 for 11 for 58 yards. The offense rushed the ball 34 times and threw it 35 times for a total of 335 yards in the game. Last season, the Eagles were 3rd overall with 389.1 yards of offense per game. To this point, the offense has remained relatively healthy in the preseason. The defense entered the year down 2 starters from last year as TJ Edwards and Kizzer White departed. Then they lost linebacker Sean Bradley, an integral special teams player, for the season on Friday. The team did sign Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham last week, adding some needed depth to that unit. They also added Nicholas Morrow in the offseason, and he is expected to start at weak side linebacker after 116 total tackles with the Bears last season. First-round draft pick Jalen Carter is expected to be an immediate impact play for the defense at the left defensive tackle position. The Eagles just clipped this number with a total of 39 points in their first preseason game. The Browns have seen an average of 33.5 points per game scored over their 2 preseason games. With those numbers in mind, I like for this game to land somewhere in the middle, which will mean that this game stays under. Hurts and the Eagles' first-teamers will be getting their first reps of the year, and early scoring in these preseason games has been minimal at best. Both teams have solid defenses in play here, and that has shown up in the early games this postseason. That holds up again here.